County, and this is Fox.
Lawrence County depends on WDXE News, on the air since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3, WDXE.
And we've made it to the Harvest Financial Hour with Stanley Wilson. Stanley, good morning, buddy.
Good morning, July 1st.
July 1st, I can't believe it.
And it's halfway to 2027 already.
And
Closer to Christmas than it was.
coming in with a lot of heat.
Very hot, a lot of heat. Today it's going to be a scorcher.
Yeah.
I hope everybody...
It's supposed to be hot in July, though.
If you're working outside, listen to your body, and if you have any kind of dizziness or anything, sit down and get some water or something to hydrate you.
Yeah. Gosh, this has been years ago. We were playing golf somewhere. I think I was up in Spring Hill. And this is when I worked for a Lee company way back when. And we had some people we were playing golf with, and it was a day like today. And I had to come off before we finished. It was just in too hot.
Yeah.
And I think I came close to having a heat stroke, just to be honest.
Well, we've had some people out there that works at the golf course that has that's happened to them. So
Yeah.
you have to really pay attention to your signs.
Yeah. I began to kind of fade, and I was like, oh my gosh. And here's the thing, I wasn't sweating.
Really?
Yeah. It was an odd feeling. Really hot, but wasn't sweating.
That's unusual to think.
Yeah. I don't know. It was an odd deal. And anyway, I got
maybe
cooled
if you
off.
were sweating, that's what sweating does, is cool your body down.
Yeah, and it was kind of scary actually. But anyway, got past it. It was okay. I got in and cooled off and cooled down, and I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, might have been dehydrated or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. We've had some instances out there that you don't want to mess around with.
Yeah. Well, the Stanley, by the way, Keith Durham would normally be here to visit with us as well, but I think he's vacationing a little bit.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He needs a break.
You know, a lot of people plan their trips and vacations around holidays.
Oh yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So you got big plans for the holiday?
Not really. I may try to catch some fireworks somewhere.
Oh yeah. I think we will too. Yeah, and there's going to be plenty around.
Yeah, Lawrenceburg's having their big one at Bobby Brewer Park, and then even down in Loretto, they're having their big celebration all day on 4th of July.
Yeah.
The two Catholic parishes are getting together, and they have I think it's been over 150 years they've been doing that.
Really? Well, they'll have a big time.
Oh, yeah, they always do.
Always do. Wayne County's got a big one on Friday night.
Friday night,
Yeah,
really?
Waynesboro will do theirs on Friday night. I was with somebody yesterday, and they were telling all the different ones that are around different days. I think some of them are going to be like even Thursday night, but Friday night for sure. Hornwald and Waynesboro, and then on Saturday Lawrenceburg. You know, so you could go around and see a lot of fireworks if you wanted.
Yeah, you could just
Make them all.
It's kind of like at Christmas, you want to go see all the Christmas lights, so you just have to plan your trip out.
I really enjoy a big fireworks show.
Yeah, I tell you, I was at a baseball game, and this spring at Lawrence County High School, and they had fireworks going off afterwards. So our city administrator, I believe, is a part of that. So that's kind of neat that he's into the. What would you call it? The pyrotechnics?
Yeah.
The fireworks. So.
This past Sunday night, they had a big firework display at Thousand Hills in Etheridge, Thousand Hills Cowboy Church. We didn't get to go because we were coming back from my grandson's ball tournament up in Donaldson. But they do that every year up there.
Well, you've seen TNT, right?
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
All right. That comes out of Florence, Alabama.
It does. That's right.
And a gentleman named Mr. Charles Anderson, who passed away here last week in Florence, is responsible for getting those fireworks over here because he was one of the first businessmen to be allowed into China after Nixon visited in 1973.
Really?
So
That's interesting.
Yeah. And Florence being my hometown, I know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
And so he developed a relationship with some firework manufacturers in China. So that's where all that came from.
Really?
And he was so impressed by the Chinese that he even designed his house. If you're going into Florence, there on Highway 72, and you go by the Faith Church there, and there's a red light right before you get to Newbern's Catfish Place.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Turn left there, and that's Indian Springs, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, he lived back in there, and he created his house kind of in a Chinese Asian motif.
Really? How about that?
But he's kind of one of the main guy responsible for that to bring him over here from China.
I used to know somebody that worked for that company.
Yeah, TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge, and they have, of course, all of these. You see these people popping up around this time of year with their fireworks stands and so forth.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of them have the TNT.
Yeah.
Most of them do, I guess.
I'm sure that's one of the main brands, I
Yeah.
guess. I wonder, just out of curiosity, did he create that brand, TNT?
I think so.
Because I imagine that China didn't have TNT.
No, I don't think so.
They didn't have TNT.
He Americanized it.
He Americanized the brand.
Yeah.
And decided that's a good name for it too.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been using dynamite for a long time.
Yeah.
TNT.
So there you go. That was smart. And then some of the other brands was like Black Cat.
Yeah.
And Zebra.
Yeah.
Remember the zebras?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something else. I can't think of it right now, but we used to think it was a real big deal to get what was called a cherry bomb.
Oh yeah, you got in trouble for that.
The cherry bomb, and then there
Put
was
them in mailboxes.
yeah, and then there was the M80s that were big popular.
Oh, yeah.
The M80s, it looked like a little bitty tiny stick of dynamite.
Well, I've seen some private shows that were really amazing. I mean, they
Oh,
went
yeah.
out and they had to spend a bunch of money on this stuff.
Yeah,
But I mean, they enjoy setting them off and watching them go up and explode and
yeah.
hearing everybody go ooh and ah. And
Well, we got local folks that have been selling fireworks here for quite some time. The Gibbs family out on east of town, and
Yeah.
the Purcells, and then you have all these others that just show up. The tents that go up everywhere, and I don't know who's behind all those.
I'm not sure either.
But anyway, and of course we got I think, and if they still do it, I think the Leoma Fire Department sold fireworks, which I always thought was kind of a little bit strange.
Ironic.
A little ironic, but they use it as a fundraiser for their Leoma Fire Department. So anyway, and I don't know if they still do or not. I think they do. I think they do. But
Well, I've been hearing fireworks for the last week or so in my neighborhood when the
Yeah.
sun starts going down. So I hear the explosions going off. So everybody's
they're
everybody's
getting
got
ready.
some.
They're
getting ready.
warming up for it.
Yeah, they're testing them.
Warming up for it. That's
They're
right.
testing them.
Stanley Wilson's with us, and I'm sure we can take phone calls if you like. Of course, we're talking with him.
I don't know everything about
He's Harvest Financial. The Harvest Financial Hour, of course, we're supposed to be talking about. We can talk about anything we want to, but
Yeah, we're going to talk about some community stuff.
community
going on.
stuff and what have you. But
And today, July 1st, in the state of Tennessee, a lot of new laws are enacted.
really,
So when I moved up here from Alabama in 2003, we didn't have that down there. They just set a date for when the law was supposed to go into effect. But it seems like here they just have kind of group everything together for July 1st.
okay,
And somebody from the legislature can make me wiser about that call. But July 1st, like one thing they're going to do is they're going to allow school systems to display the Ten Commandments. So
yeah,
that's a good thing for the conservative side.
yes, it is.
And then they got what they call the Charlie Kirk law, where you can't keep people that you disagree with their opinion. You can't keep them from coming to your campus to promote their views. So that's interesting too.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of other little laws. A lot of laws.
A lot of stuff
Yeah.
hit the books.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Shoplifters. You have to be. If you get caught shoplifting numerous times, you're going to go on a registry.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like the sexual offender registry, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So
You're going to be identified.
you're going to be identified. Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Hey, come on in a minute. I don't think Stanley would mind. You mind?
No.
Who are you anyway?
Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah, I just mentioned you.
What'd you do that?
Well, of course, it's so close to the 4th of July. Tyler Gibbs, everybody. And Stanley's going to share some time with you, I guess. What are you doing, Tyler?
Least I can get away with. I'm gonna be honest about it.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're tied together in a lot of ways, but I know you're here to promote the fireworks and the giveaway.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
We are giving away a $750 pack. It's called King of the Block.
Wow.
It's a big variety pack that we have there in the shop. It's got all your big artillery shells, 500-gram shots. It's something that will guarantee to put on a show for your 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm winning it, right?
Well, I mean, hey, you get in.
Oh my God!
How do you get in?
So call in up on Mark's show, and I think then Lonnie takes some during the day. They're taking 5 or 10 callers at a time. Call, get in.
So call the WLX
Yeah,
studio.
Yes,
it's
sir.
happening on our sister station, WLX.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Call in, get registered, and we are going to give it away Friday.
This
Okay.
Friday,
Yes, sir.
give it away this Friday.
I guess third, right?
Yeah. What you do? Give it away what time in the morning?
We'll give it away on March 1st. So I'd say probably around 8:30.
8:30, something like that, on Friday morning. Well, cool. One other thing I want to ask you about. My grandson Shepard is on your ball team.
Yes, sir. Know
And
that
we
boy
and,
well.
and we won. and we won.
We did.
Tell us what we won.
We won the 8U state tournament, Cal Ripken baseball. So
Wow.
we were extremely excited about that. We won it our 6-year-old year, got second our 7-year-old year, and then pulled back out a victory this year.
That's awesome.
So
It was a warm day.
Yes, we played several tournaments in our lifetime with these little guys, and been hot ones. But I feel like that was one of the hottest.
It was. It was. This past Sunday.
Where were you guys at?
We were in Donaldson.
Donaldson.
Okay.
Yeah. Donaldson, right under the flight path.
Yes, there was not a plane that went into Nashville all day that we didn't see. And there's a lot of those.
Yeah, they came over just one right behind the other all day long. And of course, we'd watch the ball games. Shepard, your team played 3 games.
We played 3 games.
3 games that day, and of course, the final game was a championship. Who did y'all play? Mount Juliet?
Yes, sir.
Beat Mount Juliet for the championship. It was a close game.
It was 9-8. We've said it several times. Said started off great. It was 8-0 going into maybe the 5th inning, and turned around, and then it was a 9-8 ball game. I said, well, that shows you that whenever they're 8 years old, anything can happen.
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, we appreciate all the efforts you make with the kids, buddy. You work hard with them. I know you do.
Hey, it's a privilege. I mean, it takes a community. I mean, it's a lot of coaches, parents. I mean, it takes a lot, but it's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
A lot of fun. Now, is there any more behind that? Is there anything happening behind that?
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay.
Possibly. So,
All right.
hopefully
Next
we
up
get-
is a region.
Yeah, there would be a Southeast region. They have that one this year. I think it's down in Tampa, Florida, and then very possible that we can go and participate into the World Series. They're hosting that down in Florence this year for an 8U World Series.
Well, that would be fun. Oh my gosh, that would be fun.
Okay.
It would. There's teams from all over that come in
Yeah.
just for that. So
They've been working on the complex down there on Gunnerford Road.
yes, down we're putting all the turf and everything.
Yep.
So they've made that place awesome.
Yeah.
The way I hear I think we've played on it one time as a travel ball team, but would really be excited to get to play on
And
it.
I think they've hosted some other World Series down there.
I think last year maybe was it the 9U? It was one age group that
I
was
think
down
Cal
there from
Ripken
Lawrenceburg.
they liked that situation down there, and so
Oh yeah, they like that, and they especially I think like the turf
okay.
part. Especially whenever you're not having
Yeah.
the rain out ball
Right,
games
right.
and things like that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, where's your fireworks stand?
we're at 2350 Pulaski Highway. As I tell everybody, if you're heading out of town, it's just a half a mile past the brass lantern on the left. A bright blue building, like the color of this studio here.
And been there for years.
Yes, family has done that for I think we're going on about 65 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I think I bought my fireworks there as long as I can remember.
well, how good can he remember? No, I'm kidding.
Not too good. Not too good. All right, Tyler. Thank you, buddy.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless, buddy. We'll see you.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you
Hey,
for
don't
coming
forget
in.
to finish up your work. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Well, that's cool. And I hope you didn't mind him dropping in on us right there.
No,
for a
no,
second.
that's fine.
I wanted him to tell about the ball game. That was my grandson.
Yeah, that's exciting news.
That was my grandson who got to do that, so it was fun.
Yeah, that's congratulations to those kids. And
And it would be so exciting for them to get to go to the World Series of that.
just right down here
Right
in
down
Florence.
here in Florence. I mean, I would be there for every moment of that.
Well,
So-
you got to get them to Tampa and get them to win down there. And
we'll
that's
see.
that's money to go down there. That's what the
It would be. It would. Hey, it'd be worth it though. It'd
Yeah.
be worth it. I'll see if I can get Lanny Hurst to sponsor it. All right, Stanley. Good to have you here, buddy.
yeah, it's good to be here.
The Harvest Financial Hour, and of course, how can people reach you?
931-242-4495. 931-242-4495.
4495.
And we'll get into some financial stuff here a little later, but a lot of things going on around town. One of the big things is the Gentleman from the Cane is going to start up next week
That's right.
on July the 6th, and they're going to have a 7 o'clock during the week, and then on Sunday they're going to have a 2 o'clock matinee, and you have to go online to Lawrenceburg. Well, if you just Google Lawrenceburg Crockett Theater, you'll find the tickets there.
Yeah, I think you can find them there, and then next door to the theater too. They've got that little office there. I
Yeah.
think you can swing by there too.
Yeah.
During business hours and all that. Dolly Layton was in here talking to me about that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she came in and talked to us a little bit about that. And, of course, it's 50 years.
Yeah, they started in 1976.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And of
Do you
course,
remember the bicentennial?
I do.
Yeah.
I sure do. Yeah, absolutely. 76.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a young lad then.
I was too. I was in middle school. I remember our annual was the bicentennial theme was our yearbook
Yeah.
for the school.
Yeah. You know what I've been surprised at? I don't want to get over political today, but watching some of the national news and what's going on in our country, there's this there's just such an anti-patriotism movement going on.
And it's mostly from Americans.
Yeah, and I don't understand it.
And you have these people wanting to come here because they're limited on their freedoms in the countries they live in.
Yeah.
And they want to come here to be free. And
Yeah.
have you noticed, it's World Cup. All the soccer teams from all over the world are coming to the United States.
Yeah.
But there's so many of them saying, man, America is great. It's nothing like the media portrayed it.
Yeah, they're loving us.
Yeah.
And it's so strange to see these folks from all over the world coming and absolutely loving America, and then we got people here that are born and raised here that were brought up to hate it, evidently,
Yeah.
and they've been educated into hating it.
Well, right. Jeff, they weren't born that way. So, when we were growing up, we said the Pledge of Allegiance in school. We had civics. I remember taking state history of Alabama, U.S. history. We had the civics, like I said, how to run a government, how our government runs, not how to run a government,
Yeah.
but how our government runs,
Right.
and the elections and so forth. And when I was in high school, Jimmy Carter was our president, and we had to learn who the cabinet members were, So,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't teach that anymore.
They don't, and I listen. It's blatantly obvious that they don't know this stuff. I see interviews of young kids. They'll ask them some simple question like who was the first president of the United States, and they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
It's unbelievable.
Well, when they're asking, who did we win our freedom for independence? We're celebrating this weekend, 250 years, and they don't know the country that that we won our freedom from.
It's incredible to watch some of these young people that absolutely have no idea what our country's about whatsoever.
It's sad, really.
It is sad. It is, and it is, and we've let it happen through our education system.
Well, I used to watch WOWL, the old TV station out of Florence down there. And there was a gentleman that owned the station named Dick Biddle, and he would do a commentary. But every time that he went off the air, he says, be a good citizen, be an informed citizen.
Yeah.
And I think we need to go back to that.
Sure.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, we've got 24 hours of news that can be watered down some because they're looking for content. They're looking for something to talk about.
Yeah.
And especially when a major event happens, they talk about it for the next week, know.
Right.
But it used to be we had 5:30 news, and then we had the local news, and that was it. That's all we got.
Right.
But now you can go to your phone and you can look up, and if something happens, it's somebody
It's instantaneous.
is reporting on it right there.
Right.
But it's still good to be an informed citizen, and we kind of, I get tired of the news because it's kind of depressing. You know, it's the same old stuff. It's like
It can be.
They're not getting along with each other, and they don't even, both sides don't want to give to each other. But you still, as a citizen of our country, need to be knowing what's going on.
Sure.
And I think it's one of those things that you have to make yourself become informed about things. Now, you brought up this morning off the air, we was talking about the Supreme Court rulings.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I've not really seen any of that right now. I mean, I'm going to go back and look that up and see what was going on. But can you share some of what the decisions were on that?
Well, we had some good decisions, I thought, but one of the major disappointing ones is they upheld the birthright citizenship. And I understand the original intent of the birthright citizenship. When you're born in this country, you're automatically a citizen. But now it's being taken advantage of in such a way that is, in my opinion, criminal. But the Supreme Court upheld it, and now, I mean, we've got foreign countries that send people here.
Well, there's companies that will you pay money to this company, and they will get you over here
just so you can have your baby born here. And then it's automatically a citizen, and they call them anchor babies, and so they're taking advantage of something that wasn't intended to be that way. And I heard a statistic last night on the news that 10% of babies born. This was from 2025. 10% of babies born in the United States are from foreign countries.
Wow,
10%, and it's continuing.
So. Well, another question would be, do other countries allow this too?
They do not. None of them.
So no other country in the world?
No other country's doing this. No.
That's crazy then.
It is crazy. It's totally crazy. It's bizarro world. And I don't understand the Supreme Court thinking. It was a 5-4 decision, and two of the justices that we would have thought would have been conservative sided with the liberals. So it's just bizarre. It's totally bizarre in my opinion. And I think it's scary, actually.
Well, we only make up 5% of the world's population, United States.
Isn't that incredible?
That is. We think we're all it. We are the best society, don't get me wrong. I don't want to live anywhere else.
No.
But with that being said, that's 95% of the people are different than us. But we've got to protect our rights and protect our freedoms that we've earned over the years.
Yeah. I
mean, there's bloodshed that has created the nation that we have today, and people are coming in here and taking advantage of it.
Some of the newly elected,
and I'm not anti-immigrant. I'm not that. Because I remember a gentleman way back in the day, he owned a Mexican restaurant, one of the first Mexican restaurants ever in Florence, and he was a good guy, but he became a citizen.
Yeah.
He wanted to be an American.
Right.
They're coming over here not wanting to be American, wanting to bring their beliefs and their religion to here.
Yeah.
And
it's obvious to anybody watching.
Yeah. But we've gotten so far to the political correctness that it's
if you say anything against it, you're labeled as a racist.
Right.
And of course, nobody wants to be a racist.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
We're all racist. We are all racist.
We'll explain that.
Okay. If you went into a cafeteria and there was only one seat or two seats, one was one group and the other was your group.
Yeah.
Which one would you pick?
Yeah. Well, we all
you would
pick
go
our
to
group.
your group.
We always pick our group. Yeah.
Right. So we're all racist.
We like. Well, it's not necessarily racist. It's just that you.
And I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying that.
It's not necessarily racist.
we don't
it's
want
that
to be
you're-
racist.
You want to be comfortable with
Well,
your
we
own
don't.
people.
Right. We don't want to be racist.
No.
You know. Now, you could go into that cafeteria and go to that other group and sit down.
They would look at you like you're strange.
Right. And they would become the racist then.
Now, what are you doing
So,
here?
you know,
Yeah, I don't know. You may have a point.
well, I didn't mean to. We've gone too
We
far.
went way over here.
Yeah, too
That's
far.
okay.
But
listen, it's.
I don't. I mean, it's one of those things that it's just human nature.
Yeah.
It's not what God's plan is for all of us to get along, for all of us to love each other.
Well, we're
I mean,
supposed
that's
to get
his
along
commandment.
as best we can. We're supposed to get along with everybody.
Right.
The scriptures teach that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have somebody chime in on this.
Gosh, I started.
We're going to have somebody chime in on this. I know. Hey, good morning. You're on with us.
You may advise him to do a disclaimer after I hang up. I think Mr. Pachowski may have last Friday. There is a movement in this country for gag orders everywhere, just like the situation with a local issue I won't talk about. They can't disclose it. Recently, I talked to the librarian here, and they're even very confined in how they help people on the computers find information about because it can be misinterpreted as being like my question to Mr. Pachowski Friday. I was just asking about friends as a friend talking to him. What should they ask their attorney? And all of a sudden, he's concerned I'm giving legal advice. Well, if the school system had a good education, they would understand the difference between giving advice and telling a friend what question to ask their attorney.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is I think this is filtered. And I've also heard a school teacher, don't know who she was talking to somebody else saying she wasn't allowed to discuss a patient with people in the general public at church. But this is why I think programs like this and library programs where it's their area of expertise can help people learn because they can't get it in the schools anymore.
Yeah.
They can't get it a lot of places anymore, but they can get it from an authority. And I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay. Well, thank you.
But I do have something else I'd like to throw out. Something I did not anticipate 20 years ago or 30 years ago was dealing with a rollover. In fact, I would recommend anybody 45 talk to a financial planner. My husband did, but I didn't go with him. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have gone with him. It never occurred to me I could do a rollover until the last 2 or 3 months from another place here. And I think a lot of people that even have good advice don't understand a lot of things that may affect them 20 years down the road. Just wanted to throw those 2 things out.
All right. Thank you now. Rollovers. We've heard of those. You know about those.
Yeah, I know about those. Rollovers are, especially with qualified plans, what that means is they're in a retirement account and the money's not been taxed yet, like an IRA or a 401k or even a 403b for municipalities. And you can roll that money over to, let's say you retire and you've got money in your 401k, and your 401k people, there's a few of them out there that say, hey, you got to do something with this money. We don't want you to keep it here since you're no longer part of us or whatever it may be. Or you may have an old 401k with a previous employer when you were 20 or 30 something years old. Well, you can roll that over without a tax consequence to a IRA. You can go from a 401k to an IRA. Now, in some cases, you can take that money from a 401k and put it into your new 401k if your new company offers a 401k, and if the new company allows them to take your funds.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, if you want to take control of your money by rolling it over into a personal IRA, then you can pick and choose what investments you want it to go into.
Sure.
Not what the 401k has for you.
Okay.
So that's what the rollover is.
I don't know if a lot of people even knew you could do that.
Well, then maybe not. being around it every day and doing it for so many years, I assume a lot of people already know about it, but you're right, they may not. And that's why, you have to educate people on what to do.
All right. That's
So if
interesting.
you've got an old 401k, you can roll it over without paying taxes on it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, sometimes and you got to be careful with that because when you pull it into an IRA, you can't touch the money until you're 59 and a half without paying. If you take the money out before you're 59 and a half, not only do you have to pay taxes, but you'll have to pay a 10% penalty to the IRS.
So there's a penalty plus taxes,
Yes.
and there's always taxes.
There's always taxes.
So avoid the
So-
penalty anyway.
Avoid the penalty.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And avoid the taxes doing a rollover. Now, some 401ks will allow you, I can't remember the code, but anyway, you can get your money out without the 10% penalty.
Yeah.
At like age 55 or something. So you have to look at that too. And again, I go back to what I've been saying for the last few weeks. Everybody's situation is their individual situation. There's a lot of financial advice out there for the masses, but it may not pertain to you directly. You got to drill down. Now, it's good advice and it's common sense, but if it hurts you financially, you don't need to do it, of course. But if it helps you, you may need to do it. You have to look at that. Is that mass advice good for me personally?
Yes.
It's kind of like going back to when to take Social Security.
Yeah.
That's a big question. Some people say, I'm taking it at age 62. I don't matter, whatever. But if you're in good health and your family's got good genes and they've lived into their 90s, that may not be the best thing to do. It may be better to wait till your retirement age at 65, 66, 67 and take it then. It may be wiser if you've got the money and you don't need the Social Security income right now to wait until you're 70 years old. Then you get a bigger benefit at that age.
Right. Well, we got someone else wants to weigh in on this. Hey, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Jeff, I want to speak on the Roth IRA for a minute. I'm going to hang up and listen.
You want to know about the Roth IRA?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll see if Stanley will comment on that, okay?
Roth IRAs is where you've paid taxes on it already, and you could put that in there. A lot of companies are offering Roth 401ks. So you don't get the tax deduction now, and then when you take it out, you got to leave it in there. I think it's 10 years. You got to leave it in there. May not be that long, but you got to leave it in there. And then when you do take it out, it's tax-free because you've already paid taxes on it, and you don't have to pay the taxes on the earnings.
You go ahead. That's what I was going to ask you. You don't even have to pay the taxes on the earnings?
Yes.
Okay.
So Roth
That's
is
a
good.
big deal.
Roth is a good deal.
Yeah, I like the Roth IRA.
Yeah, I would suggest a lot of younger people to do the Roth
Yes.
because it builds up tax deferred. You don't have to pay the taxes in the year that it earns, but when you take it out, then you can take it out tax free or tax exempt. There's no such word as tax free.
Tax exempt, yes.
So, but with Roth IRAs, it's funded by money that's already been taxed. So, but you can't take it out before there's some penalties if you take it out early. You got to leave it in there.
So I guess my question would be this: let's say for my teenage children,
yeah,
okay, and they've got a little savings account that we've had with them. I think in a couple of places, but they've got. It's not a tremendous amount of money, but it's a pretty good handful that we've helped them to save. Okay, but what if but it's not in a Roth IRA at this point. So if we want to take that money and put it in a Roth IRA, is there a tax? Anything we got to handle on the front end of that as far as?
No, you've already paid taxes.
We've already
on
paid
it.
taxes on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's always good to keep money outside of retirement accounts. I understand that. But what
Right.
you're asking is, if we put this money in a retirement account when they're 16, 17, 18, 19 years old,
Yeah.
it's, the time value of money is going to make it really go up, and the compounding of the interest is going to make it go up.
Right.
So the earlier they start, the better off you are when down the road.
Yeah.
But you could do it at Roth IRAs. You're not going to get the tax deduction, but you're not going to have to pay the taxes on it when you bring it out, take it out.
Right.
Right now, in the 401k world, 401k is an IRS term. It's named for a code that was in the tax code. And I think in 1977 or 1978, a gentleman, I think he was out of New Jersey, he worked at an accounting firm, and he said, hey, this will be good for this hospital who's our client. So he went to the hospital, and the hospital said, yeah, that looks good, but we're not going to do it. So we came back, and he says, why don't we do it at our own accounting firm? They had about 40 or 50 people or whatever. So that was the first 401k. And from there, it really snowballed and started getting where it became more popular with these companies, because at that time, companies were offering pensions for retirement.
Yes.
And what is a pension? That's an obligation of the company to fund.
Right.
You work for me for so many years, and I'm going to put this money aside for you every year. And then when you reach that certain age, then we're going to start paying you a monthly check. Well, that's great. But that's a hardship on me as the employer, because I've got to come up with the money to put that in there.
Right.
So it reverses it. Now you have the obligation to save, not me. I'm going to offer you a 401k plan.
Yeah.
So now you've got to decide how much money you're going to put in, but I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to match. So I'm going to match 3% of whatever you put in. So you put in 3% for sure, because that's free money to you, because I'm giving you the match.
Yeah.
But you've got to be there so many years, 5 years, 10 years, to be what they call vested.
Vested, that's right.
Then you get 100% of my contributions. Now, if you leave before the vesting schedule is complete, you may only get 60% or 80% of what I contributed to you.
Yes.
So your 401k has taken that role of the employee now is responsible for their own retirement, not your company.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And I actually like that better, being responsible for yourself.
Well, I mean, the pensions were good because you didn't have to do anything as an employee.
Yeah.
All you had to do is show up for work and work the number of years.
Yeah, but it's almost non-existent now.
Oh, yeah. A lot of companies have done away with that. The only people doing it is the governments.
Yeah.
The government entities. And they're offering the retirement system.
You know, that's what we need. That's what we need, Stanley, is a government job.
Exactly.
We need a government job.
Well, you know, there's Darrell Watson resigned as commissioner, so you can run for commissioner down there at the city.
Bless the hearts of the guys that are willing to serve. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll just
I
put
agree.
it that way. And I know that there's been a lot of bashing of our government officials
Here lately.
which okay, you're free to do that if you want to, but are you going to step up and do it?
Personally, no.
Now, I'm just talking about anybody in general. Do you want to do the job?
You're a public figure now.
That's right. I mean,
You're going to get those calls at 11 o'clock at night when
That's
you
right.
don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, it's a tough job, I think, for a lot of these guys, and I'm thankful for the people that are willing to serve and actually take on the responsibility. I may not always agree with what they do,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But for heaven's sakes, I don't think we ought to just bash them to pieces all the time. I'm just throwing that out for you.
Well, going back to your question about kids, let's say they have a job, and it pays them minimum wage or whatever, just a little
Right.
bit more than that or
Right.
whatever. They're not making
Making a lot of money.
but they got spending money. They got money now that
Sure.
they got a car, and they want to
Learning to be responsible.
right. They want to they don't have to come to you for gas money all the time.
Right.
But you're probably still paying for their car insurance.
Still paying for a lot. Yes.
And they want to buy something to, fuzzy dice or whatever to hang it on the mirror, whatever.
Right.
But if they've got earned income, then you could put up to $7,500 into a Roth IRA as long as they've earned $7,500. Now, if they've only earned $4,000 or $5,000, you can't put that in there. But you could, as a good grandparent or a parent, you could say, all right, son, I'm proud that, or daughter, I'm proud that you've worked and you're becoming responsible, and I'm going to reward you by opening up a Roth IRA. And you can do that for your kids. And you could put money in there. It doesn't have to be $7,500. You could put, if they made $6,000, you could put $1,000.
So they have to have an income in order to have a Roth
Earned
IRA?
income, yes.
I'll just take Daniel, for instance. He's underage. I mean, he's 15, okay? Doesn't have what you call a real job. he makes some money doing work.
Right.
Okay. But he doesn't have what you'd call an income. So I can't open up a Roth IRA for him?
Well, as long as if he files a tax on it, that's the earned part of it.
Okay.
So if he filing income taxes on his, or if somebody's reporting those earnings,
Okay.
It's not like, hey,
we're not reporting them.
Well, I know. I mean, I go help my neighbors cut their grass, and they pay me cash.
Yeah.
They're not reporting that to the IRS.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I go down here to the local grocery store or hardware store or something and get a little job after school, then they're paying me a check. They're reporting that income because they get a tax deduction for salary off of their income tax return. So they're reporting it to his.
Now, May is a little bit different story. She's actually working.
Okay.
Okay. Actually has, quote, a real job. She's taking a position and going to school and working up at the hospital in Columbia.
Well, then she probably has those things available to her as an employee benefit package.
Interesting.
So she needs to be putting money away in that.
Well, all right.
The old grandma common sense advice from years ago, and it still holds true today, give away 10% to your church or to somebody that's your charity or whatever. Give away 10%, save 10%, and then live off the 80%.
Yeah. That's a good grandma thing to do.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So
I wished I'd have learned that a lot earlier in life.
I wish I had too. I wish, all those times I wanted that brand new car and I got approved for credit and had me a car payment, and I'm like, oh man, I got to make that payment this month.
Yeah, yeah. And we thought it was a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, car payment back when I was coming up, they were $200 or $300. Now they're closer to $1,000 a month.
No, I can't imagine.
I know. For 5 years, and now they're even running them out to 6 years.
Oh yeah,
72 months.
72 months is not uncommon anymore. But vehicles prices are so much different now than what they were when you and I were growing up.
Oh yeah, I bought my first car for under $1,000, and I mowed grass for I don't know 3 or 4 years. I started when I was like 12 or 13, and then when I got to 16 years old, I wanted a car. I didn't need a car. I wanted a car. So
well, you know what happens to us now? Our big boy toys are even better. We even want bigger stuff.
Yeah, you're never satisfied. Unfortunately.
I really like my truck, but I see trucks all the time and go, man, I'd like to have that truck.
Yeah. Now, if you're over 50, you could put $8,600 into a Roth IRA.
86 per year. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're limited in the amount of money you can put in a Roth IRA in a single year.
Yes. It's kind of like the same thing with an IRA, a regular traditional IRA.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people use an IRA because they go to their tax preparer and they go, okay, you got to pay this much money in tax. But if you put this money in an IRA, your tax is going to go down. So
but you're just kicking the can down the road, right?
Well, that's very good. You and I it's called required minimum distributions, RMDs. So if you got qualified accounts, 401ks, IRAs, you're going to have to take those RMDs, and ours is at age 75. It used to be 70 and a half, and they've moved it up. But you go, hey, man, I got this great 401k. I got $1 million in it. And you're 65 years old, and in 10 years, that $1 million could be $2 million if the market goes up like it's been going and you've got it still invested and all that. So now you got $2 million at age 75. Mm-hmm. And you go, I don't need this money. I'm living off my Social Security and off of my pension or off of, my rental income or whatever it may be. You don't need the income off of your 401k. But the government goes, no. You got to start taking that money out. Now you got $2 million. You may have to start taking out $50,000 or $60,000 a year out of that. Well, that will create taxes on you because you got to pay taxes now. So you have to add up all your other income and that big chunk of RMD. You got to add that in with it. Now you got a big tax bill to pay. So that's the downside of 401ks and IRAs. Is they do grow and they're great. Don't get me wrong, but you just need to plan for the distribution of those.
Sure.
And there's another thing that if you have to take too much out, then you're paying your Part B premium. And when you turn 65, you enroll into Medicare, which you're going to do next month, or you already have.
Yeah.
You're going to start August 1st to be your
August
1 month
1st.
from today.
1
Jeff,
month
you'll
from
be
today.
on Medicare.
How about that?
So you're paying your Part B premium, and it's coming out of your Social Security check right now. And if you're not taking Social Security, you still have to pay it because they will send you a bill to pay it quarterly. And I think it's like $202 or something. But if you're in a higher tax bracket or a higher income bracket, I should say, if you're in a higher income bracket, then you have to pay a surcharge on that Part B premium. So now all of a sudden your premium may be $300 or $400. But if you've got the money coming in, it's no problem. But it's just more money for the government. They're taxing you. That's a tax too.
Bless their hearts, they need our money.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I was thinking 5 years. I said 10 years a while ago, but it's 5. You have to hold it for 5 years
Okay.
on a Roth IRA.
Okay. Interesting. That is interesting.
And you can now. There is a concept out there that, especially people in their 60s, because they're past that 59 and a half, they will go ahead while they're working and take a distribution out of their 401k and put it back into a Roth IRA. Now, what that does is they got to pay taxes on that. So whatever your salary is, if you've made $100,000 or $60,000 from your job, but you took out $20,000 out of your 401k to roll it over into a Roth IRA, you got to pay taxes on it at that time. You can't defer the tax there. So
I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how many, how to me, complex the taxes can be.
it's too complex.
It's big. It's crazy complex.
I ran across a YouTube the other day, and I didn't click on it. I want to go back and find it. But we didn't have the income tax until 1913. And the title of the YouTube was, How Did the Government Pay for Their Services Before the Income Tax? So that's going to be interesting. Now, we had an income tax during the Civil War, but that went away after the war. That was a temporary deal. And so in 1913, they came up with the Federal Reserve that year, and they came up with the income tax. And all that did was mess up the middle class. It really did.
Wow. 1913.
Yep.
That is an interesting question. How did the government fund itself before income tax?
Right. And I'm going to find out about that. And we'll talk about that next week. But before I leave the air today, I want to mention something else. This
Okay.
is a completely different subject. But I came across this week in my practice. I had an older couple in their 80s, and they called me and said, "Hey, my life insurance premium has gone sky high. I got a letter saying that I need to put so much money into it, and we don't want to do this, but we don't want to lose our coverage." So I said, "Well, get the policy out and get the letters out," and we had an appointment, and I looked it over. And what it was an old Universal Life from way back, bought back in I think the 80s or 90s.
Sure.
And what happened was he quit paying on it when he retired. But the cost of insurance was still going on. And he's lived now into his 80s. And the cost of insurance inside that policy goes up every year. And where the money was coming from was their cash value.
Okay.
So he had a substantial cash value at the time.
Yeah.
And he just said, "Okay, I need the coverage. I'm going to leave some money for my wife. When I die, she's going to get this money, and I've had it for all these years," which I understand. That's a good, at that time, I thought that was the wise decision. Again, we don't know how long we're going to live.
Right. We don't.
Okay, so now this gentleman is, I think, 86 years old, and I read the letter, and it says, "Your cash value is dwindling down. We need $200 a month."
Yes.
And they go, "We're not paying $200 a month for this." And I can't remember the face amount. It was over $100,000. No,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I take that back. It was under $100,000. But still, the cost of insurance inside of it made it go up. So I'm saying this to folks out there. Don't just drop your insurance policy, because there are companies that will buy your life insurance. if you feel like you don't need it anymore, feel like you can't afford it anymore, there are companies, just don't let it lapse and get nothing out of it. There are companies that will buy your life insurance policy. There was a court ruling in 1911 that says life insurance is an asset that you as an individual can sell to someone else. What happened was this gentleman back in the early 1900s needed a surgery, and he didn't have the money to pay the doctor, because back then they didn't have health insurance like we do now.
Sure.
So he said, "Doc, I've got this life insurance policy. I'll give you my life insurance policy if you give me this surgery." And that's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, the doctor's got your life in your hands, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's kind of interesting.
But the transaction was made. The doctor took on his life insurance policy, did the surgery, and the gentleman lived. And when he died, I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if the doctor died before him or what. But he gave his life insurance policy as payment for his surgery.
Wow.
And the life insurance company said, whoa, wait a minute. This doctor doesn't have insurable interest in you. So the insurance company wouldn't allow that transfer to happen. So the guy got an attorney, I guess, or whatever. But anyway, went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, nope, that is his policy. It's an asset to him. He can do what he wants to do with it. So there's
that was a good ruling.
Yeah, that was in 1911. Now, life settlements have been out there really for a long time, but they weren't really formalized until the 90s.
Yeah.
Where companies got together and said, "Hey, let's go buy these life insurance policies. We'll pay the premiums for these people. We'll give them the money. We'll offer them money. If they take our offer, then we get the policy. We'll pay the premiums. We'll be the beneficiary. So when they pass away, we recoup our investments."
Yeah.
So I'm working with this couple right now, and I don't know what's going to happen or not. But I mean, they don't want to pay $200 a month for it, but they could let another company pay $200. And I will say this: it needs to be at least $100,000, and that's why I couldn't do anything for these folks, because the face value wasn't over $100,000.
Yeah, yeah.
So
what do? They give them a lump sum, maybe
Yes.
a part of it, and then they take over, and then then of course.
Let's say you got a $500,000 policy.
Yes.
It could be a term policy with no cash value, or it could be a universal life, and that's what I'm seeing mostly is these universal lives.
Right.
People quit paying on them, and it's eating up the cash value. And now, all of a sudden, they're going to have to pay a bunch of money in there to prevent it from lapsing.
Yeah.
So they make an offer to you, and it's based on. I mean, if you're in good health, you're not going to get a lot of money. I mean, as much money as if you were in bad health.
Yeah.
It's kind of reverse underwriting.
Sure.
Because when you buy it, they want you to be in good health. But now, if you're in bad health, they may give you more money for it. But if you're in good health and you're 71 years old and your family's lived to be in their late 80s or 90s, they may not give you a whole bunch of money for it.
You know, this is just an odd thought. I mean, if I bought your life insurance policy, I'd be sitting around waiting on you to croak.
Right. Right.
So anyway,
I mean, it's
a legitimate business, though.
It is.
It actually is.
Well,
yeah.
And if you watch the news, going back to watching the news,
Yeah.
you'll see those advertisements
Yeah.
on the news channels.
Yeah.
We'll buy your life insurance policy from you.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, if you've got an old life insurance policy that you don't think you need anymore, just don't let it lapse, because it may be worth some money to somebody else.
Well, I would recommend consulting with you. How do they want to get in touch with you? We got to wrap this up.
Yep, 931-242-4495. 931-242-4495.
Stanley Wilson, everybody, with Harvest Financial. We've kind of leaked over. We're going to join programming already in progress. But, man, it's been an interesting conversation this morning, buddy.
Yeah, we've gone.
We went around the world.
Yeah, let me back up. My story about racism is it's just human nature. It's just human nature.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you think evil of somebody.
No, it doesn't.
It just means we like our own kind.
Yes,
We're
that's all
more
it is.
comfortable around our own kind.
And we have to guard against that, because I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, and we want to love our fellow man,
That's right. Period.
regardless of who they are, what culture they are, what skin color they are.
That's right.
We all need to love each other. And look at how the world would be if we did that right now. It would be a great place.
It would be. It would be. Well, all right. Stanley, good to see you, my friend. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.